everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Just Saying podcast. And today, I've got someone that's very interesting in the studio, Alex Wong.
I've never heard anyone describe me as interesting.
I think you are.
Crazy, yes.
You do so many things. You do so many things. Like you run a restaurant?
Yeah.
Restaurant. You travel the world. There's Repsol, the dog.
Oh, my dog.
And that's actually when I actually...
My famous dog.
Yeah, start following you religiously
Is that
because of
right?
Repsol. Yes.
Yeah, but I haven't done anything much with Repsol for the last 2 years now. So everyone's forgotten about her already.
Yeah, how is she?
She's good. She lives with my sister. So no longer live with me, but about 3 weeks ago, I went to my sister's place. I said, Repsol, you're staying with me for 2 nights.
Only 2 nights.
So I brought her back to my apartment, and she remembered where she used to live, like which corner and all that.
Yeah.
She went there, she lied down. But like within less than half an hour, she'd look at me and run to the front door, wanting to go back to my sister.
Aww.
So I went, nope, you gotta stay with me tonight, at least one night. Next morning, I think about 5, I could feel
Yeah.
someone touching my shoulder.
She's pointing you.
And she's touching my shoulder, saying, let's go. So I took her home to my sister's, yeah.
Homesick. So now she's attached to your
She
sister.
sleeps with my sister on my sister's bed. So when she came to my place, she wanted to sleep on the bed, but I don't let her sleep on the bed. She used to sleep on the floor on her own bed.
Oh, I see.
But she didn't like that. She wanted to be on the bed now.
Yeah.
Like my sister.
Just for more context,
Yeah.
Repsol is a dog that you rescued.
Yes, I found Repsol on the road, dying.
In Kuching?
Yeah, near the border, near the Bedut border.
And you were on your bike?
Mongkos. I was on a sport bike, so I couldn't carry Repsol. I couldn't take him back.
Yeah.
So I waited there, and then some of my friends came by. I said, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you carry this dog for me? I want to bring her to the vet. So my friend went, yeah, okay, if you find a bag or something. So I went around looking for a bag, couldn't find one, so I found a box.
Yeah.
So he carried Repsol back on the box. I took Repsol to Dr. Dave Bambas. Then he went, it's 50-50 that she will survive.
Oh, why? What was she?
Oh, she was already
Skinny?
oh yeah, she was all with all the bacteria and all that.
Yeah.
So we injected her and all that, and then 2 days later, she started to, wiggle
Be
her
alive
tail.
again, yeah.
Wiggle her tail, and then it was just, she had hardly a tail. She had like what looked like a rat's tail.
Yeah.
So we injected and all that, and then it grew, and I used to post on Facebook videos
Yeah.
where the tail started growing, and then I would do video shots of the tail getting longer and longer, and playing with her and all that, and teaching her to sing. She sings with me. And
She sings.
I play the piano and she will sing.
She go, ooh.
Yeah, she'll sing. She'll sing. Yeah.
How old
The song
is she
Say
now?
Something. She loves that song.
What song is that?
Say Something by.
Oh, say something.
Yeah.
I'm giving.
When I play that song, she'll come next to the piano. She'll look at me and then she'll sing the chorus.
Wow, that's so cute.
yeah.
Now let's talk about you talked about you were trying to bring Repsol home with the sports bike and everything. So you're very heavily into motorsports.
Yes. Yeah, I was riding around the Syrian, the Budo area with my friends that day. So I was very lucky to see Repsol, because now she's turned out to be this incredible dog. Everyone loves her.
Beautiful, too.
Everyone followed her on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I even found out that the whole of Penang Hospital, all the doctors and nurses all followed Repsol, On Facebook, the album is called The Story of Repsol.
Oh, so
So
cute.
I got videos of her and everything as she recovered and got better and stronger. And then I even made a T-shirt in Bali once with Repsol saying hello in every language. And I just posted on Facebook. I said, I made this for myself and all. And everyone wanted one, so I ordered a whole batch and started sending it all over the world.
Wow.
Even Tokyo, Osaka, I was sending it out. To Newfoundland as well, I sent T-shirts.
Wow.
It's crazy.
It's all about Repsol, huh?
All about Repsol.
All about
Yeah.
Repsol. But then again, how did you first started your journey into motocross?
Motorsports?
Yeah, motorsports.
Go-karts.
Go-karts. How old were you?
Oh God, I started pretty late.
You started pretty late?
I was already 20-something when I started go-karts. But before that, when I was studying overseas, I would join my friends and go and watch Formula 3 races and all that. And I tried his car, but still didn't get hooked on it until I went to go-karts. And then from go-karts, I went to jet skis. And then that kind of took off from there because I was really super serious about jet skis. Go-karts too. I raced for Malaysia in the ASEAN Kart Championships in Thailand.
Wow.
But jet skis is where I really focused and I guess excelled in a way. And then I started racing in the World Championships and
For jet ski?
yeah, and I won Australia, I won Korea, I won Asia Pacific, and yeah, and then I got signed by Petronas. I had my own team at first, then I got signed by Petronas in '97. God, a long time ago. And I raced for them for 11 years with Petronas team.
Woo,
And
fantastic.
then I went all over the world, basically. And yeah, then I retired from it. I went back to do 1 or 2 more races after retirement. But yeah, but I'm glad I retired. I mean, I retired at the right time. One of my best friends who was in the team, he didn't retire. Then maybe 6 years later, he passed away from in a jet ski race.
Oh dear.
He broke his neck. So, you know.
That must be tough, isn't it? Even like for you, you do jet ski, big bikes, sports cars and all
The
that.
toughest is motorcycles, really.
Yeah, but then you have to deal with people leaving as well because it's very high risk.
I need both hands to count the number of friends I've lost from motorcycles or from helicopter or from cars. Yeah. So now when I get friends come up to me and they go, "Hey, Alex, I want to start motorcycling. What bike should I get?" The first thing I say to them is, "Nah,
Get Vespa.
yeah, don't start motorcycling. You've got a nice car, enjoy it."
Oh dear.
Especially if they're older, especially if they're not like 18 or 17. They say they're 35 and they tell me they want to start motorcycling. I go, forget it, because at that age, there are many habits you can't kick. So go and learn how to motorcycle. You know, yeah.
What is that one thing that you can advise, like especially youth nowadays, that they want to be on a sports bike because it looks cool. It's all over Instagram right now.
Yes.
You know, so what is that one thing that you should tell them?
I know a lot of youths in KL where they got their motorbike license or didn't even get their license. Then the father buys them a 1,000cc sport bike and then crash, died. I know 3 that happened to. So if a young guy says he wants to go motorbiking, he wants to learn, and he's decided there's nothing I can do to tell him not to do motorcycling.
Correct.
Then I would say get a small bike first to learn. You know, don't go and get, even if you can afford it, don't go and get a 400, 600cc sport bike. Get a Vespa, get a little Kapchai and learn from that, you know, and take a course. Yeah, that's what I would say. Learn to walk before you learn to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've seen like a lot of accidents regarding motorcyclists as well. So sometimes my friends say, "Oh, I'm going there with my bike," and you have that feeling like, "Oh, please arrive safely."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
So, but out of all
I've got a tattoo here,
yeah, what does it say?
and this is all my friends who have died from either a
Whoa!
accident or heart attack or whatever it is.
Can I see it?
Yeah, you can't read it because it is done in reverse. So I have to go to the mirror, hold it to the mirror, and I can read it exactly that way.
That's so cool.
Because I did it reverse.
So this is like.
So that when I'm sitting next to someone, they don't know what it is.
So you keep them updated all the time, or how
Well,
does
I
it
got
go?
to here, and I had a lot more friends die, right?
Oh my goodness!
And then I went and I kept all their names. Like I kept about 7 names ready to go on here. And I thought to myself, no, this is one tattoo. I've got so many tattoos, but this is one tattoo that's depressing, you know. And I told
That's
myself,
true. It's quite depressing, actually.
and a lot of my friends say, "Hey, I don't want to be on your
I don't
this
want to be
line."
on your arm. Yeah.
And I thought to myself, now when I got up to here, it'll be 2 lines, and when I start continuing, by the time I finish, it'll be like Adidas. Logo,
Yeah,
3
Adidas
stripes.
ambassador.
So I said, forget it. So I stopped doing this now. Yeah, so I might even cover it with something else, that like do a design over it just to,
You would cover it though?
no, not cover it, but do a design around it. So that
Blends in.
Yeah, so that there's no discontinuation. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? We'll see.
All right. So aside from representing Petronas for 11 years and all that, after that you did a lot of traveling around the world.
Yeah, even before I've been traveling for so long, I I never stopped traveling. That's why during COVID, after COVID, everyone went, for the rest of my life, I want to travel a lot more.
Yeah.
I really wasted my pre-COVID years. So a lot of my friends started traveling a lot. And I was thinking to myself after COVID, holy shit, I've been traveling way, way before COVID, even there was such a thing called COVID.
Yeah.
And even during COVID, the first lockdown, we all of us remember where the first lockdown was always. I was in KL in my little apartment, 3 months, right? It was 3 months. And I swore never to be in that position ever again. So when Sabah was about to lock down for the second time, I realized it. And before lockdown, 10 days before, I jumped into my car and I drove from Teluk Melano to Simpang Mengayau, Timur Borneo, Kudat.
During
Sabah.
COVID.
I wanted to go there. And when I went in there, my Sabah friend said, hey, we're going to lock down soon. You better get out of here before we lock down. I said, no, I came here to lock down.
Specifically for that.
Yeah. So I went there and then they announced lockdown starting soon. I went to buy myself a drone, which I've never had. I learned how to fly a drone during lockdown. I bought a drone from one of the shops in Sabah. And I went to Timur Borneo, Simpang Mengayau.
I've never been
And
there.
I stayed in this place. I got a room. Actually, I found the room by chance. But I stayed in this place called Tommy's Place. It's right on the tip of Borneo.
It's like a guest house, is it?
Yeah, like a lodge. It's a diving resort.
Diving?
Diving resort. So only 8 rooms in the front, like lodge, wooden rooms, And so I stayed there for 2 nights, and I went for a drive, and I came back, and I stayed for 1 month. No mask, nothing. Every morning, I go fishing. I bought a fishing rod. I bought a pukat, a jala, because I know how to jala. I learned how to jala when I was young. I bought a jala, and then I would just every day just go jogging, because I'm here and the beach is there. White sandy beach, no one there. I'm jogging.
Yeah.
And then I became friends with the special police squad. 12 of them just down the road.
What were you guys up to after that?
They're the special squad. They're there to... Actually, I won't tell them. It's a special squad. They're there for special reasons, special operations. And one of them is Sarawakian. Although when I said, you're Sarawakian, right? I can hear the
Slang.
The slang. He said, no, I'm from Ipoh. But I know he's Sarawakian. But they're told to say, I think they're taught to say they're from different places.
Be discreet.
They're special squad, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we became friends, and they would come over to the lodge and karaoke with me and the staff. Because no other guests, just the staff and me. And my friend Michael, whom you might know. So they come and karaoke sometimes. So after a while, I was there for a month. After a while, they go jogging, their routine jog in the morning.
Yeah.
They have to jog past me. And I'm there either having coffee, and they go, hey, Alex, come. Sama-sama. I'm like, okay, so I go and I join them.
Yeah.
So sometimes I join them for jogs and all that. Yeah, so great fun.
So you spent a month there.
I spent a month there, and then after that I went down to KK. And I spent
This is all by driving, yeah?
Yeah, I spent a month in KK. Yeah.
So jadi orang Sabah lah kamu time COVID.
Yeah. Jadi orang Sabah. Yeah. Orang Sabah bah.
Orang Sabah
Yeah.
ba. But what is your favorite? What are your favorite travel highlights? Like your favorite journeys? Like anything that's the most memorable for you, aside from Repsol, of course.
I'm really weird because I don't have a favorite. I just love traveling so much. So wherever I am, that's my favorite spot.
Wherever you are at right now.
It's like I'm so good at making a place feel like home. It's just really weird. There's a saying or a song, wherever I lay my hat, that's my home.
Yeah.
I'm a bit like that. And a lot of people also ask me, what's your favorite bike? And I go, my favorite bike is the one I'm on. Because I like old bikes. I don't care whether it's a Kapchai or it's a big 1,000 cc. I don't care. As long as I'm 2 wheels rolling, I'm in heaven.
That's so nice. You're like the most present person that I've met.
No, I really feel that way. I don't just say I do it because I went to Sulawesi. The old name is the Celebes.
Celebes, yeah.
Celebes. Now it's called Sulawesi. I went there and my friends wanted to join me. They said, come, how do we send our bikes there? I said, we don't. This is the rule. If you guys are going to come with me, we go there and we cannot spend more than 3,000 ringgit buying a scooter, second-hand scooter.
Yeah.
And after that, you do whatever you want with it. So my friends came and we did that. We bought secondhand scooters, and after we finished the 2.5 weeks trip there, some of them gave their scooters away to someone.
Yeah.
And some sold it. I sent mine to Bali.
Because you're going to Bali right after.
And a few years later, I went from Bali to East Timor on my little Honda Vario 150. So a lot of people watching will know what a Honda Vario 150 is. It's a really simple bike, but it's all the bike you ever need for Indonesia. You don't want to be on one of the big BMWs and all that.
Those flashy
Yeah,
ones.
because the traffic is so bad, you can't park. But on a Honda Vario, you see something nice, you just stop, pull out your camera or phone, and click, 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 and off you go. So anyway, to this day,
Yeah.
I've had that bike for 9 years now.
It's still with you.
It's still with me in Bali.
Wow.
So my next trip on that bike will be Bali to Banda Aceh. And I'll give it away in Banda Aceh to someone, to the first kid I see who feels like
You deserve this bike.
I deserve the bike. I'll give it to him.
It's your birthday today.
Yeah. I'll give it to him. Yeah.
Do you always go to Bali though? Do you always go to Indonesia?
I go to Bali a lot. Yeah, because my niece lives there. She lives and works there.
So you do live the life? Do you go surfing, diving?
I tried surfing once. I suck. I can do a lot of sports, but two sports I can't do: football and surfing.
So anything to do without wheels lah, you don't do, basically lah.
I like motorsports, but I like cycling. I like cycling. I took my e-bike, which e-bike is like a normal bike,
But it has
but it helps you to go uphill. You still have to pedal like
Yeah.
to cycle, but uphill you can put on a bit of power and it helps you up the hill. So I took my e-bike and did Teluk Malano to Kudat. 1,632 kilometers.
on the e-bike.
On e-bicycle. It took me 13 days. I did it last July, 2023.
So all this you do alone.
Alone, yeah. Two Sri Aman cyclists, my friends, Alex and Ben, they joined me for Sri Aman. They said, "Do you mind if we cycle with you from Sri Aman?" I said, "Yeah, you're most welcome." And Alex cycled till Betong, and Ben cycled till Bintulu, and then I was on my own again. But it's really fun because I post on Facebook. So when I'm going along, people will go, "Hey, Alex,
I'm here.
sing out," and then they'll stop, and then the wife will run in, get me a drink.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to them by their gate of the house. And it just happened all the way along. It was great.
13 days of that.
13 days of that.
Do you have to stop by and then search for a place to sleep, or you just?
Yeah, I will stay in a hotel, in a cheap hotel and all that. I got to Beaufort in Sabah really late not that late, about 9 p.m. I was in the dark and all that. I've been posting that it was so dangerous because I was on a gravel road. Anyway, by the time I got there, I checked in. I said, "I'm leaving early tomorrow." I said to the receptionist, "So I'll pay now." They said, "Oh, no, boss knows you're coming. It's free."
Wow.
So I got a free room.
That's so nice.
People are very supportive that way, you know. So it's really nice, yeah.
You must have like gazillion friends. You've been doing this for a lot of time. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not the first time, huh?
No, but cycling, that was the first time I did a long distance on a bicycle. But after that, I got hooked on it. So I went to Lake Toba. Lake Toba, which is
Indonesia, right?
Indonesia,
Yeah.
just off Penang. So I went there with my Brompton bicycle, and I cycled around the island on my own as well. And then I came back, I went, God, that's great. So this July that just passed,
Yeah.
I went to Spain
You did that too.
to see my godsons, and then I cycled all around the island.
Must be very beautiful,
I
huh?
left my bicycle there, so I'm going back. Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. It's fantastic.
I see you like non-stop traveling. How long have you been like put at a place? Like the longest?
The longest was because of COVID. So because of COVID, I was in KL for a month. So I've never been in any place longer than 2 to 3 weeks for the last 20 years.
It's for real.
Yeah, for real, without any exaggeration. You know, but after COVID, it's all different. Like the last 2 months, I was in KL for 7 weeks. Yeah, but it's also because I got sick, so that's why I didn't move. I was forced to stay put. Yeah.
So your entire life, the longest 3 weeks.
Yeah, the last 25 years, I don't think even 3 weeks. I think 2 weeks is the most I stay in any one spot. Kuching, 2 weeks I'll start moving.
So catch me if you can.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that you're here today because you're not leaving yet.
Well, I was supposed to leave on Monday, on a Friday.
Yeah.
And then I changed my flight for what reason now? Just because I didn't need to be there so soon.
Mm-hmm.
Then you called and said, let's do something. So.
And here you are. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me on your podcast.
Yeah, thank you. Great. What is your favorite road to drive around the world? You've been, right? Ooh. So what is your favorite roads?
Spain.
Spain
is beautiful roads. But what is my favorite? The roads are also nice in the Balkans. Mm-hmm. The Balkans is countries like Slovenia,
Montenegro,
Croatia, Bosnia, Montenegro.
Yeah.
All that. So my favorite place is Bosnia. And I was in Sarajevo where there was the war.
Yeah.
You know, Bosnian War. The heart of it was in Sarajevo. So I went to Sarajevo I rode my motorbike to Sarajevo in 2016. And I arrived there with my friends on another bike, so two of us. And I arrived there on the anniversary of the Sarajevo Srebrenica massacre. So there was a memorial for that the whole week. So it was so
depressing.
Oh, so poignant. And then I stayed. Actually, if you go to my Facebook, you see I stayed in an Airbnb up on the hills, and the hills is where the snipers were stationed, shooting at the town people.
They're shooting at the town people.
Yeah, for 2.5 years in 1996 to 1998, around that time.
Yeah,
roughly at that time.
Yeah.
So I was staying up in the hills where
you could see that
the snipers and the mortars were back then in the 90s. Yeah. And that's where they're also shooting cannons down into the city. So when I was there, I remember checking in, I walked out to the balcony, and it was Maghrib. Is it the evening prayer? Is it
Maghrib? Evening prayer.
It's evening prayer.
Yeah.
And the evening prayer came on when I was standing outside after I put my bags down. And you know, I'm up on the hills, it's silent except for the Maghrib prayer in Bosnia. I'm in Bosnia, you know?
Yeah.
It was so beautiful. I grabbed my camera, I kept quiet, and I did this. And I posted on Facebook right away. I said, this for my Muslim friends. Today is the most, saddest but still the nicest day. And I posted that. And all my friends went, thank you for sharing that, because they obviously understand the prayer. I don't.
Yeah. But
it's the whole atmosphere. It was the hills and the sunset and then the prayer.
Yeah.
Oh man. You know, I wasn't there during the war, but I felt it, you know, because of the prayer, you know. So Bosnia was fantastic. And the people there are there's something about them. Like you go to the cafes, you go to the restaurant, everyone's trying hard to make you feel welcome. Because obviously I'm not from Bosnia, you can see.
Yeah.
And it's just fantastic. You know, in opposite to Russia, I also motorcycled to Russia.
Yeah.
And I was in an area called Banal. I mean, I know many Russian friends, so they wouldn't mind me saying that. But Banal is very racist. So they don't like our skin color.
They don't like Asians?
Pardon? They don't like Asians at all.
How would they react to you though? Like at the first?
Well, they didn't want to give me a hotel room. So that's how they reacted to me. So it took me a long time to get a hotel room. I finally found one at 1 a.m. But the first 4 rejected me.
Just because you're Asian?
Because of the color of my skin. Banal is a very rural area. And the first time I noticed was I stopped at a filling station and I ordered a Coke or whatever it was that. It took so long to order because she saw me at the counter, but she didn't want to serve me. So finally I went, excuse me, Coke please, and she begrudgingly served me, and she threw my change back. So I thought, okay, never mind, she's a bad day. You know, she's having a bad day.
Yeah.
No big deal. I didn't know that she was being racist, you know?
Yeah.
So I went to the first hotel and I parked my bike. And my bike's one of those big, I'm wearing what they call open face helmet. You can see my face. Mm. So I saw security guard kind of looked at me. He waited till I got off and I took my helmet off. I started walking to the lobby. And he helped me back. He said, "Niet."
No.
Yeah. "Niet. Niet." And I said, I'm going in. I said in English, I'm going to check in. He went, "Niet. Passport." I thought, why? So I didn't want to give him my passport. I started walking towards the lobby, and I could see through the lobby the receptionist guys kind of like, they rushed there, they opened the door, and they look at me, and they asked the security to talk to me, and security went to me and said, "Niet, passport." So I took my passport out, and then the receptionist and the security looked at it. No, Russia. So I got back on my bike to the next place. Next place was even, there was like, I don't know how many cars, 10 cars. This is at night.
Yeah.
And it's quite a big hotel, easily maybe 40 rooms. On my bike, they watched me walk in. I opened the door and they said, "We're full."
That's so
I
stressful.
said, yeah. So anyway, third one, same thing. Fourth one, same thing. Fifth one was a school which has been converted to a hotel. And I really believe it was. Because the lady was like a headmistress. And I could see from the rooms that it was like a boarding school.
Yeah.
So she said, no. I said, come on, give me a room. It's already now 1 a.m. I said, I will just sleep and I'm going to leave very early tomorrow. And she said, no. I said, come on, please. You know, I did this, please.
Yeah.
So finally she said, okay. Right, not very happy.
Yeah.
Gave me a room. I went up to the room and all that. I came to ask her for water. Anyway, I left. I said, I'm leaving early. I came down the next morning at 5:45 or 6 in the morning. They heard me coming down because it's an old wooden thing, you know?
Yeah.
They heard me walking down the stairs. And there was a guy now with her. And they waited for me like this. And the guy went, passport. And I told myself, Alex, don't give it to him.
Yeah.
Because if you give it to him, he might hold it, he will never give it back to you, and you're screwed. Because
You're allowed to do
you're in the
that?
middle of bloody Russia. You know, I was on my way to Kazakhstan. So I looked at them, I went, like, momento.
Yeah.
I went out to my bike. So they look at me, then they start talking to each other, and I'm packing. They thought I was packing. I got my bike.
Ciao.
I rode. I could hear them shouting, but I never looked back.
Ciao.
Ciao. I went straight into Kazakhstan.
How's Kazakhstan?
Oh,
Any
great.
friendlier?
They look like us. They look exactly like us. They're Asians. So I went to watch everything that you hear me talk about is on Facebook. So just go and search, go to my Facebook, Stmrock, and just search whatever, Russia, Kazakhstan, watch the videos. So this part, I'm going to tell you about now. So I went to a car wash, put my bike for wash. My bike, can you imagine, is covered in mud, and I've been traveling for so long. I've been traveling since the other side of Russia, you know? I went through Mongolia, went through China, so it was dirty as hell, my bike. 'Cause I came out from China into Mongolia, into Russia, and I went across. So I asked those guys to watch my bike. I think the kid's name was Ruslan, because they're all Muslims. Ruslan, but they say Ruslan there, they don't say Ruslan. So anyway, this guy called Aser came over. He said, hello, where are you from? I said, Malaysia. He went, and you know what I did? He went, Langkawi #1. Which is the weirdest thing I ever had. Langkawi #1. So I went, you know Langkawi? He said, yeah, I go Langkawi with my mother for holiday. I went, oh, great. And so we sat down and we started chatting. And on the video you see, he took out a map. He said, don't go here, because this is dangerous. Avoid this spot. I went, okay, cool. So I said, hey, I just came from Banol. They really hate me there. Why is it they don't like me? He said, oh, they don't like us too, because we're Asian. So they said when Soviet Russia, USSR, split in, I don't know when it was, 1998?
I wouldn't know, yeah.
They split into all these different countries, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, that was all part of USSR before.
Yeah.
There was a natural split because the Asian-looking ones became Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
And that side was Russia. They don't like us too. That's why I don't go there, he said. I said, oh, great. So we became friends, and to this day we're friends. And we keep in touch on Facebook.
And how long were you in Kazakhstan?
6 days, maybe.
All this with your bike also?
On my motorcycle, yeah. Then I rode down, and then he said, when you go down, look at go and meet my brother in Almaty. So I did. His brother came over, said hi to me, and then, went out for lunch, dinner, whatever it does. But I think the funniest one, I've got to tell you this, and if you guys have time, you guys watching, please go to my Facebook and watch this video. Search Stmrock, Kyrgyzstan.
Kyrgyzstan.
Okay, Kyrgyzstan. Wait 1 second. Yeah, Kyrgyzstan. I got into Kyrgyzstan and it was traffic jam. So I wanted to ask someone which way to the town center. Okay, because I couldn't read the Russian writing on the street signs. So the first one didn't speak English, so so all this time, and then I went to I saw one with his window down. Now you imagine there are tons of people, it's a big traffic jam. So I went to my bike next time, I went, "Hi, you speak English?" And the guy stared at me. And he stared at my helmet at Petronas.
Yeah.
Petronas logo and Petronas colors on it.
Yeah.
He went, "Yes, Petronas? You're Malaysian?" And I said, "Yeah." "Hey, apa khabar, kawan?" And I was like, I freaked out because I was like, "What?" So we started talking and all that. And I said, "Hey, can I videotape you for my viewers?"
Yeah.
So you can watch that video. So what happened was he saw Petronas, he knew. Then on the video you see, he says, "I used to work in a Soviet restaurant in Langkawi." He was there for 2 years. He was 2 years there. This is a different guy, but Langkawi again.
Yeah.
So it was 2 years in Langkawi, this guy. And he said, where are you going after this? I said, I need to find a hotel. He said, "Oh, I'll get you a hotel. I'll find you a nice hotel." He said, "Oh, I want you to introduce you to my friends and all, and my wife. My wife would love to meet you. My wife is Indonesian." And I went, "Wow." Then he was so excited, he called his wife, hello, sayang. You say hello to someone." Then I went, which is crazy.
So you just started talking to her.
Yeah, then we became friends, and yeah. So that night I went to his restaurant, at dinner there, and then to this day we're friends.
You collect friends everywhere. Huh?
Yeah. You do that when you travel on a bike, especially. On a car, not so much.
So he's always. But which one do you prefer?
Because when you're on a motorcycle, people talk to you. Because you're alone.
And you're more approachable.
When you stop, you're having your drink or you're having your sandwich in a filling station or in the park or by the roadside. People will stop. When I'm riding in Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and all that, I'm riding. They will look at my bike because my bike's full of stickers, and they know I'm a traveler.
Yeah.
And they wind down the screen and they go, Mister, stop. Everyone will ask me to stop. And I stop. I can't stop always, but I stop. First thing they do is selfie. Selfie. And if they have got a girlfriend or wife with them, they're always trying to open my bag, my panniers, to put food in it for me.
So sweet.
Or give me biscuits, give me drinks. "Oh, here, take this. And then a lot of them will go, Mister, tonight, my home. They all want me to stay at their home.
And did you though?
Yeah, because they want to talk to you. When I was in Kyrgyzstan, yeah, I had to travel through the mountains, like really cold,
up and down
through the mountains, and then my bike broke. I shouldn't ride it. I could still ride it, but it was broken. So I saw this hut, like a little restaurant hut with lots of trucks outside. So it turns out it's where the truckers stop to have a meal before they carry on their long journey
pit stop
to a place called Osh. OSH, which was, from where I was, 750 kilometers away. So I went in there and I videotaped. When I walk in there, I videotape my walk in.
Yeah.
You can also see that on Facebook. I walk in there and they're all eating. And they're Muslims, so they're all eating like this and they're with their hands. And all of them stop. They look at me. And I went, "Hello, anyone speak English?" I went, "Oh, man, a little bit." So I went, "I need to go to Osh. Can you take me and my bike? My bike's broken."
Yeah.
They went, "Okay. But first, you must eat with us." So I said, "Thank you for inviting me." So I ate with them. Then I traveled with a convoy of 5 trucks, for 750 kilometers. It was
Tired.
amazing. You can see the video. And one truck has 4 people. Me and three others. It's a big truck with a big pack. And we're dancing in they're playing their music. We're dancing. I videotape all this. Us dancing in the truck while we're moving. Dancing.
Wow.
And it was just the most amazing time of my life. Just the most unforgettable time of my life. And then the truck driver asked me, he said, Alexei. They call me Alexei.
Alexei.
Yeah. Alexei, how many wives you have? I went, huh? I went, how many wives do you have? I said, why? He looked at me and went, I have 4. He has a wife in every stop.
What?
Of his routine.
Legit wife.
Yeah, legit wife, yeah. So anyway, that was quite good fun. Great fun. And then every time we stop, one time they'll wake me up like midnight, I get woken. Alexei, wake up. Huh? Go to the other truck. Because every truck driver wants to have a few hours with me so they can ask me questions.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's just amazing. Yeah.
And you just do.
Yeah.
Like,
I just do. I wait. They wake me up, so I just walk like zombies to the next one. And then another time, 3:30 in the morning, got woken up again. And they went. So I went outside. We're now on top of a hill. Big mountain. And there was crouched on the side of the road eating watermelons. Mm-hmm. So we crouched, ate watermelons at 3:30 in the morning. They took me to the side. He showed me the lights down there. In the distance, there were lights. He said, Kabul, Afghanistan. In the distance. He said, that's Kabul. I'm thinking to myself, holy shit, Lex. You really travel, you know?
Yeah.
You're up in the mountains somewhere, you see Kabul down there. Yeah, so. They asked me, are you going to Afghanistan? I said, no, not this time. Yeah, so.
have you actually been to like a very...
Because I was heading that way, you see?
Yeah.
My direction was that way.
Have you been to like accidentally step into like a very dangerous territory that you didn't even realize?
Not accidentally. I went to Mexico when it was the height of the drug war. Oof. So a lot of people getting killed. The mortality rate in 2010 was 14,000 deaths a month. A month.
Doesn't that freak you out though? But still you go.
Yeah, still I go. But I only broke the rule once, which is never travel at night. And I rode at night once for about 1 hour. So I quickly found a hotel in a place called Tequila, where tequila was invented.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I stayed there that night. But before that, I traveled. Yeah, you shouldn't travel alone. I went to a place called Acapulco, which is a tourist place. Mm-hmm. And I checked in. I was so happy because I've been camping. I've been staying in really, really cheap hotels for $5 US a night.
Yeah.
And then I went to Acapulco because I wanted to have the high life. So I checked to this 4-star hotel. Next morning I came down, went to Starbucks. Mm-hmm. I had coffee at Starbucks, you know. And I grabbed the newspaper and it said 17 headless bodies found on the beach in Acapulco. And the beach is behind my hotel. So I went to have a look and they still had the tape around, but bodies already removed. So that was a lot of people getting killed all the time.
But they don't randomly kill people, no? Is this because of drugs?
It was the drugs war. So it was the drugs war. So the different drug cartels were killing each other. Mm-hmm. And also the police and the army were given carte blanche by the president to wipe out drugs, which they never could anyway.
Yeah.
So a lot of the people, they work for different drug cartels. Mm-hmm. So it was a chance to wipe out the competition. So everyone's getting killed. Headless. Yeah.
That's something that I do not want to wake up to, especially on vacation.
I mean, since then, I know personally of cyclists and friends of friends, motorcyclists who have been killed in Mexico and Bolivia since.
Because of that? Wrongly, you mean?
Wrongly or not, they were killed, yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Motorcyclists, tourists, like me, we call ourselves overlanders.
Overlanders.
We go overland by bike. So we were overlanders. If you travel by car or by bike, going from country to country, you're called an overlander. Yeah.
Overlander.
Yeah.
So that's what you are.
No, traveler, yeah.
Overlander.
Yeah.
Call you that for now. Hey, Overlander.
Overlander.
Like, hit a lot.
But yeah, okay, I'm talking too much, so.
No, I love listening to your stories. You know, I haven't been all over the world, so it's nice to actually listen to all these stories. But have you ever actually like halfway through your journey and then got really, really sick and then immediately...
No, got really, really put off. Yes.
Put off? Like what?
Okay, let's talk about being sick first. When I was traveling through South America, I started from Argentina. And I rode all the way up to Alaska. Which is... Because the whole idea of my trip was the bottom tip of America to the top tip of the Americas. So Argentina to Alaska.
Yeah.
And I rode for 30,000 kilometers.
Whew.
But I did it really, really, really fast. I did it over 65 days. And that's 16 countries. I did it really fast. It's an average of about 410 kilometers per day, which is ridiculous. Which is like every day waking up and riding to Cebu. Every day.
Damn.
For 65 days. But that's what I did. So you're asking me, did I ever get fed up or scared? There are many times when I was so cold, my hands were numb. And I tried to sing to forget it, to not think about the numbness and all that.
Yeah.
But I tried to sing, I can't remember lyrics because...
It's too cold.
It's just too cold, yeah. So, but what happens is, at about 3 p.m., I go like, after this, I'm going to get to the next hotel, see if there's an airport. I'm going to fly out the next day. I'm going to send my bag back. Enough of this.
Yeah.
But what happens is, you think like that at 3 p.m., but you get to the hotel about 5:36. You check in, you have a nice meal, you have a nice warm shower. Then you go, yes, I'm ready for the next day. It happened to me so many times. So I
continued on.
made it all the way till Alaska, till the end of the top of the world, from the end of the world to the top of the world.
Have you ever got chased by any wild animals?
I saw a grizzly bear, didn't chase me.
You saw it?
I saw so many bears in Alaska, in Canada as well. But no, they chased me. The only person that chased me was the guy who wanted to rob me. He pulled out a gun in Buenos Aires.
Damn.
So I knew he was going to pull out, I knew he was going to rob me. I didn't know about the gun, but when he pulled out the gun, I ran.
You were not on a bike then?
No, I was walking to go shopping from my Airbnb. And it just finished raining and I was walking. And he was sitting on a wall with two friends. And they were looking at me and I went, I don't like the way they look at me. I went, Lex, get ready to run. And he jumped off the wall and walked straight towards me. Then just before he got to me, he pulled out a gun. And he said something, I didn't wait. I ran.
Yeah.
And he chased me. Every time I looked back, he had the gun, he was running.
Is it through a busy street?
Yeah. I ran across a 4-lane road to a group of people on the other side. And I said, help me. And I said, what's wrong? I said, someone's chasing me.
Yeah.
So we looked across and the guy was there on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
And
staring at you.
No, he was staring at us. I was with like 5 people and they went, is that the guy? I went, yeah. I pointed, I went, that's the guy. And he looked at us and he went,
damn.
yeah.
Flipped you off.
I went, okay. So the guys went, you're with us now, it's okay. So I stayed with them for the guy left. And the guy said, what are you gonna do? You know? I said, I don't know. So there were some shops there, so I walked around the shops and I got into a taxi. Took taxi back to my hostel and I moved out.
Ciao, Trus.
Oh, no, that was another place I moved out. No, I didn't move out because I got there, I told the taxi driver, wait for me. Because I was staying in a hostel with 4 other strangers in the room.
Okay, it's like a sharing dorm thing.
Yeah, it's a dorm kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I told the taxi driver, wait for me. I'm going to move to a different hotel. So it took me maybe 5 minutes to pack. Came down, he's gone.
Okay.
So I'm standing there with my bag.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be out on the street anymore. So I went, screw it. So I went back up. So I stayed on for another 2 days, 3 days. Yeah.
That must have not been a nice feeling after going through that.
No,
and then
it
it's like
wasn't.
sleeping is not going to be easy right after.
The next day I went to a cafe and the cafe is owned by 2 British girls who moved there, you know. So I told them the story. I said, oh yeah, people get robbed all the time in this area. It's an area called San Telmo. It's a very poor area, very bad area. And my hostel was one of the bad ones as well, so.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
But that's the...
Now I don't do that anymore. I don't stay in cheap hostels and all that, no. Now I'm a bit older.
Appreciate life more?
I stay in nice hotels, you know, nice enough hotels. Yeah.
That's nice though. Anyway, aside from traveling though, how do you even split your time? Because you run a few restaurants, bars as well.
Yeah, you know, I have managers who run it. And my managing partner, he runs the restaurant here. Mm-hmm. And my Sunset Club, the bar in Damai, is run by a manager.
So that means that it's free. You got a lot of free time to still continue traveling.
Yeah, there's good and there's bad. That manager that ran, I sacked him since then. So he wasn't doing a good job. So that happens. So
you're still with Sunset?
Yeah.
Sunset Club, right?
Yeah,
Sunset Club. I love chilling there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I do. I always hoping to see you, but not
next
always.
Time you go, we'll open a bottle of Coke.
Yeah.
But yeah, you go there, we'll have a drink. Yeah. Come up, yeah, sometime. We have cock it out. Anyway, yeah, I know you don't drink, but...
You got Teo Peng, Tessie Peng.
I'm talking to Afiq, guys. He's off camera. Yeah. Where he prefers to be, I'm sure. Most producers do.
Now, aside from all that, where do you see, what are your next adventures? And what else, you've gone through so much though. Like, you've seen so many things already. How does...
Well, I like to do some repeat places on the different mode of transport. Like this January, this year, I took my car from Thailand into Cambodia. Most people don't bother doing it, but I did it last time on my motorcycle in 2009. So that was 15 years ago. So I wanted to do it by car. And I went there and they just finished the highway. Brand new highway, no lines even.
Wow.
I went there, I went to Angkor Wat. And I went down to Phnom Penh and all that. I love it. I loved it. And some people spotted my car and they would post on Facebook, I think this is Stmrock's car, you know?
Yeah.
But they never said hello. And they just take a picture. They should go into a restaurant and look for me, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, so I love doing all that. And then I'm doing it again this December. I'm traveling with some friends on a trip we call Evo Enduro, which we do every year in December. And we're traveling together for 10 days. And after that, I'm doing my own thing again.
So 10 days with them, and then after that you go off.
Northern Thailand and all that, up to Bangkok. Then after that, I'm going to go to Laos and go to Vientiane and Vang Vieng. Vang Vieng is where those 6 people just died drinking moonshine.
Yeah, I heard about that, yeah.
So that's Vang Vieng. It's actually a very nice place. Unfortunately, the reputation is tarnished by this one incident.
Just because of that?
Well, everyone's talking about don't go to Vang Vieng now, don't go to Vang Vieng. But it's a beautiful place.
Why not just don't?
And those 6 people,
they
drank moonshine from one hostel. That moonshine was served by one hostel. It was a welcome drink. Yeah, so.
Okay, not to self, must always sniff and
well, you can't
question.
Say it because they died from methanol poisoning. And methanol poisoning is, if you just smell arak,
cannot tell the difference.
You can't tell. I don't think you can.
But was it instant though?
It smells a bit like kerosene, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like langkao Like langkao, right? Have you?
Yeah, it's like langkao.
Yeah.
So if a guy who makes langkao mixes methanol and they mix it in silly quantities or even mix some of it, it's obviously dangerous. Moonshine is moonshine. That's why alcohol manufacture is licensed because to make sure that you follow the right procedures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
moonshine is not licensed, so there's no one watching what you're doing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, aside from that, now we talk about a lot of his adventures, motorsports, and all that. He's also a musician.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about.
I like to think I am one anyway, but.
Yeah, you are. Like I've seen you around, like busking, singing. Yeah. You've also got. What's happening with that now? What's happening with your band?
Well, it's a pity because I had 2 albums and I was quite active. 2003, 2007, that was my second album. That was 17 years ago.
That one is still all SingleTrackMind, right?
Yeah, all SingleTrackMind. Then I started a band with a very, very good friend of mine called Amy. And he died suddenly in 2010. When I came back from my Argentina to Alaska trip, he died a month later. When he died, my world was devastated because he was my best friend and also my guitarist.
So in your world of music, he was that.
Yeah, it's like, and my band, he took care of the band, meaning that whenever we practice, he does the arrangement for practice. Whenever we go touring, we went touring Indonesia, China, and all that. he does all the, everything. He's like the co-manager. I had a manager, but he was the co-manager who makes sure that everyone checks in, the hotels properly, tickets are booked. So when he died, my music world totally collapsed.
Shattered.
Yeah, and I didn't feel like playing music. He looked after my guitars, he tuned them. His father's a guitar technician, so the father also repairs my guitars. Mm-hmm. So I didn't go back to play. 1 year after another, in 2012, I did a few small gigs here, but acoustic with some friends. No longer SingleTrackMind, just me, Alex, and some friends.
Yeah.
And then never did. Then before COVID, I went, okay, I'm gonna come back. That was 2019. Mm-hmm. So we practiced like hell in I don't know where it was, Titi Wangsa somewhere. Mm-hmm. And we sounded really, really, really good. And then the posters started going up in Chabo and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know where they saw it. STM is back, STM is back.
I think you did tell me about it, remember?
Yeah, the flyers were all over Facebook, everything. And then COVID hit. And I still didn't want to take the thing down because I thought maybe there's a chance it's just something that's going to pass in 1 month. Uh-huh. We all know that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So posters came down. Then the posters went up again in earlier this year. Then it went down.
What happened?
It's
not easy, huh, managing a band?
I couldn't get the band to get together anyway. So it's quite funny because the younger world now, the younger generation, the millennials, they're not really into bands. They're into the DJ and whatever it is. So I jokingly said to my guitarist, he said, they should pay us more for these gigs that we're gonna do. I said, yeah, they could. They should. They really should, but they're not going to because we're a band. Hey guys, we play old school rock. Not many people even know the songs we're going to be playing. So let's just do this for fun. Mm-hmm. If you want to be paid more, I said grow some tits and learn how to DJ. Look pretty. Yeah. Put on some makeup, and maybe I can get them to pay us more. So anyway, but I've still not given up.
You still want to go back, you just don't know when.
I want to do one last tour of about maybe 6-7 gigs and call it One Last Time.
One last time?
Yeah.
Is it with a new band or
and in a small place because I don't think I can fill a big hall. So I'll do it in a small place. And the place that I just recently saw is Pickleball.
I know that place.
They've got a... Kilang has got a concert room.
I haven't been there though.
A very nice concert room, just right. Standing room, you could probably fit about 250 people standing.
So when do you plan to have it though?
That's good enough for me. I don't need to play Rock the World, Rock the World was like... When I went to play Indonesia in... what's that place down there? Not Surabaya, the other one. Anyway, one of the places in Yogyakarta, I played to 35,000 people.
Wow.
And that was like 4 p.m. So
people are out already. Like in Kuching, usually if 4 p.m. it's still very slow. Everybody is like coming in, eating. They're not really even focusing on the...
Yeah, I felt so good playing, and I was having a chat backstage with the guys, Sheila on 7, the guy from Sheila on 7. Yeah. And then he said he's coming on at 8 o'clock. So at 8 o'clock, I was so tired, I went back to the hotel. Mm-hmm. But everyone told me there was like 90,000 people.
Wow. Very different, the support system in Indonesia.
Yeah, plus the headliners like Sheila on 7, of course they draw a bigger crowd than nobody,
Well, Yogyakarta was beautiful. I've been there, I think 2017. It's so weird because I went to the temple.
Yogyakarta?
Yeah, I went to the temple and there were these cool kids just coming like in 10s and 20s. They just came over and started taking selfies with me. But for me, it's so strange. So what they're doing? Are they like having a competition?
I played in Bandung. I played in a club called... I can't remember what it's called. The Reef, I think, or something like that. Yeah. Bandung in a beautiful place. And it was the first time I realized, because when I was singing away, there was a bunch of people in the front. They were just listening intently. I didn't think much about that. But at the end of the gig, we had a little meet the people kind of thing, a bit of signing up
meet
posters
and greet.
And stuff. And then they came up to me, and a few of them asked, they said, hey, there's a song that you sang. It was the third song or the fourth song. You said this, that. what did you mean by it?
Wow.
They were listening to lyrics. And I was shocked. I had a hard time answering because no one has ever asked me that.
Yeah.
And I had to think about when I wrote that song, what did I mean? I had to think about it,
Yeah.
So yeah, Indonesians are
they really appreciate
discerning
music, yeah.
Yeah, discerning listeners, yeah. Yeah, very much so.
Indonesia, shout out to Indonesia. Saya mau pergi Bali tidak lama lagi, tapi tidak tahu bila.
Plus I did a English version of Mungkin Nanti, and I turned it into a heavy rock, well, quite medium heavy rock version.
Yeah.
So to do that, I have to get permission. So I sent Mungkin Nanti in English,
Yeah.
and Mungkin Nanti in Indonesian.
Yeah.
I sang both versions because we already had the music.
Yeah.
So I went to the studio, I sang both versions, and I sent it to the company and PT Musica.
Yeah.
And I asked them, can I cover this song? They said, yes, all you have to do is pay the royalty to Peter Pan. They said, but you can only cover one song, the English version, because we have never, belum ada versi Inggris. So they said, you do it, but you cannot release the Indonesia version.
Kenapa tidak boleh?
They just didn't want, I guess they didn't want it to be diluted. The remembered version, which is ta-na-na, saatnya.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went, okay, fair enough. So the Indonesian version never went on the album, my second album, but it went onto YouTube.
So that one boleh.
I just put it on YouTube, yeah. Anyway. And so because I did that, in Indonesia, they hear the English version, so SingleTrackMind is not the guys who did the English version. Yeah.
Which one, like, how do you, but now you think that you will come back to music?
I don't know, because I'm old now, and I don't know if I do a concert, who's going to turn up? Who's going to turn up to watch?
You never know.
Yeah.
Like, you never know.
Apart from my friends who go there to support a friend,
Yeah, you never know.
But I did tell myself recently, just do it, Alex. If you enjoy playing music, you enjoy performing, just do it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about whether people are going to come. Just do it.
Yeah, you should think of it like your adventures,
Yeah.
With you traveling with bikes la, Vespa la, Basikal la, and then you just do it anyways.
Yeah, do a small intimate gig, like in Jabo, for example. Jabo, I think you can only fit maybe 110 people there. Perfect.
Correct, yeah.
110, great. So I probably do it.
Yeah, do the chabo and then after that do a pickleball.
Yeah. Just to, they'll come in, my band will come in and they will do 3 gigs in Kuching, and then boom, we're done.
What do you mean done? You're going to stop just like that?
We'll cut one last time, that's it, So anyway.
Then after the next one, I'm so sorry, one more last time.
I'm still writing. I still write. I don't just for myself, Yeah.
But what do you, like, usually when you write, do you always find your inspirations around you or when you travel? Or how does it about? What do you normally write about?
Matters of the heart. When I'm unhappy, I write. It might not, it's not necessarily about women.
Yeah.
I could be unhappy about the country. I'll write. And then my lyrics will ultimately reflect that.
So you've just been writing.
And my writing style is very, very weird. The way I write songs is, not weird. Maybe there are some other musicians who do the same thing. But it always turns out that when I pick up my guitar or I'm on the piano, whatever I record, I always put on a recorder just so that I don't forget. And I'll just sing whatever comes to my head. And most of the stuff that you see on my album, it's the original lyrics from my first time. Maybe I just shorten the syllables. Maybe I add a few words to make it more rhythmic. But basically, it is about that. And the lyrics are almost the original lyrics from the demo.
So mostly like all the songs all about the matters of the heart, experiences probably, or just feelings.
No, some are happy songs, like, some are translations. Mungkin Nanti is a translation. As best as I could do. I couldn't translate that well. I actually got a friend, my friend Amin, to translate it. They said there's certain parts I can't translate exactly the same way,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, mungkin bila nanti kita akan. My version is maybe baby, one day
Yeah.
we'll meet again. It's almost the same, that kind of stuff. the story is almost the same, but not really.
Were you excited for that one though? Because it's a very big song, and
It's a big song, yeah.
Yeah.
And my video is my video on YouTube, if you're gonna watch it, it's got twist at the end.
What's the twist? Oh, I gotta watch it.
Because it's about a girl. But if you watch it at the end, it's about a girl, and then during the video, the girl will look at another girl, and then they're like having a
Stare off.
Yeah, a stare off. And then the other girl was with the guy. That guy was Hans Isaac.
Oh yeah.
He's my friend, so he appeared. He did a little cameo in like a 5-second cameo in my video. So from the video you think that because of that, it is because that girl was staring at that girl because he's with the boyfriend, but not.
It's not.
They were both girlfriends. They were both together. And at the end of the video, the girl that was wearing the dress, right, who threw away her ring, you see in the video, I picked up the ring and gave it back to her because I'm a musician in the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. She walks into the men's toilet and pees standing up. So in her previous life, she was a guy when she was going out with that girl. You understand? Right? When she was going out with the girl that was with Hans in the video, she was a guy. But now she's become a girl.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That was the twist in that video.
That's a very
Anyway, the video is called One Day.
One Day.
So if you want to look for it, go SingleTrackMind, One Day.
Yeah, if you want to know what we're laughing about, go and check that out right now. We got new facts about the video, because if you watch it the first time, you probably wouldn't know that much. All right, thank you so much for spending time with. Oh my goodness, we were talking for about like over an hour now, and I hardly felt it.
My answers were pretty long. Sorry.
No, I love it. I love talking, and I love to just listen to your insights.
So what do we do? Cover music?
We covered music, motorsports, bit of your cafe. What else do you want to say? Like any other stories that you want to tell? Oh, you have a question.
Live like more like carefree, like you.
Yeah.
You can decide when you want to travel.
Or get old.
Yeah. Okay. Apparently, if you can't hear,
the older you get, the more time you have because your work is done already, and whatever businesses you have, it's kind of like running on automatic already. But of course, when you're young, you just started your business, you got to be there.
True.
So that's it. Unfortunately, the only way to have a lot of time is to get old. That's not the answer you want, I guess, but it is what it is.
So apparently, if you can't listen, Afik, our producer, actually asked him like, what was your question again?
How like he's live like so carefree?
Yeah, how do you actually live being like so carefree? Travel when you want to travel.
Yeah. You know what I made?
How about in your 30s?
Yeah, you know when I not even then, when I was in my 20s, late 20s, I already had it in my head. I said, Alex, you're gonna see the world. So make sure whatever you do, the business, whatever you do, will allow you time to see the world after a certain time, And then that's what I did, and some were successful businesses, some were not. There were more successful ones than there were successful ones, but the successful ones gave me the time, afforded me the time to go and do what I want,
That's true.
Like, I'm quite lucky. If I want to go to Thailand next week, I just go. But I'm also lucky that if I don't want to go, I can cancel and I have no one to answer to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like living the dream right now, like, and it's so fascinating for you to share it with us here.
Oh, thank you.
On the podcast. So guys, if you're watching right now, don't forget to subscribe. We're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, we are on Facebook, and also Spotify. But before that, Alex, where can people listening to your music? Do you have
I'm on iTunes, Spotify, I'm everywhere. Just look for SingleTrackMind, one word. SingleTrackMind, but all one word. And then everything will pop up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Alex, for being here.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys in the next one.
Good sharing with you.